Today we're going to be installing a VLine 2 and a 2010 Acura TL. We'll be taking out the radio here and we'll show you how to plug in all of our connectors to install it fully. Alright, so the first step here, we're going to be removing these two pieces of trim. We're going to have our pry tool for this, and you need to open up the center console so you have access to them. And we'll just pop this up here. And then we'll get it to right here, because this corner up top here is a separate piece. And then we'll do the driver's side one next. There we go. And then once you get the top part off up here, you're going to need to unplug the start-stop button. Alright, and to unclip this, there's just going to be this clip on top of the connector, and then you just pull it out. And then for the top one, we're just going to pull that off. There we go. And this is the corner of that back piece, and there's just a clip right here that holds that in. There we go. So we'll pull that apart. And then for this piece up here, there's going to be some clips that are almost kind of horizontal in here, so we're going to have to pull it out. And so we're just going to pry on both sides, and we're prying towards the back of the vehicle, not up. And here you can see those clips that are in there. And then we'll just unplug this connector, and the tab is just right on top there. Alright, so we're at the top of the radio here, right below that trim we just pulled out, and this is going to be the first screw we're taking out. We've got one on the driver's side, and there's one the same on the passenger side. And when you pull these out, you want to make sure you have a bit that has a magnet, or you have a magnetic tool available to pull these out, because they do like to fall down behind the dash. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to go for our second one here. There we go. Alright, and then we've got our two bolts here we're going to take out on the lower part. And now that those are out, we can go ahead and pull out the radio. Alright, and so before we pull the radio out, we just want to show you those two screws while we're zoomed out. The top one's over here, and the other one's on the top on this passenger side. And once those are out and the lower two are out, the radio just pulls right out. And where we took out the bottom ones, there's these mounting brackets. Sometimes they can get tucked behind the trim a little bit, so you just want to make sure you pull those out. And then once we get the radio out a few inches here, we'll have to unplug these connectors on the side, and there's going to be some clips on the bottom. Looks like this one already came out down here, but there's going to be one on the driver's side as well. And once we get those out, the radio will come out more. So we've got this connector here on the passenger side. There we go. We've got that loose, and then the clip's right down here, and that already came out. Then we'll go to the driver's side, and we've got the same thing over here. There we go. Now we've got that clip out, so the radio should come out a little more. And then we can get to this plug here. And then finally, we're going to have to undo these ones on the bottom. There we go. now we've got all the bottom connectors out, and as you can see, the radio comes out a lot more. And here's those lower connectors. We're gonna have one in the middle right here, and that's the green plug. We'll actually be using that for the VLine. Then we've got another plug on the side over here. It's a larger gray one. And the clips for those are the same for the left and right. So it'll use these smaller ones here for the plugs that go up top. And then the one on the side here, this larger one, isn't used on the passenger side, but on the left side it goes to the larger plug. Alright, so we're ready to unplug the connectors back here to pull the radio out. And then for this one here, it's actually got a special connector where the lock is on the side. So you have to push that down, the clip, and then this lever will release, and that'll come out. Alright, so we've got our video harness here, which is going to be the first one we connect. And this is our VHA 16A, and it's going to connect to the 16 pin connector right here. And then later on, we're going to be tagging our reverse wire, which is one of the most important steps here. And for this vehicle, it's actually this purple wire that we have on the harness here. So instead of even connecting to the factory wiring, you can connect your reverse wire here. Alright, and we've got our main harness here. This is our MCF HADD, and we're going to be connecting that back here to this plug. And then the green one here is going to go to our lower one, and that goes into the dial at the bottom. And then the reverse wire here, we've already stripped some of the wire or insulation off the end here, and we've got it inserted. And then we're just going to put our P-tap on our purple wire right here. There we go. And so now we've got both of those connected, and the two ends here of our cables, we're going to go ahead and run these into the glove box next. Alright, so to get our cables through, we are going to pull this tray out. And then the cabin filter, it doesn't necessarily need to be removed, but to get our cables through, these tabs are kind of in the way of your hands. So we're going to just pull that out for now. And then we should be able to reach right back in here and just pass the harness through. Alright, so we got the cables through here. We had to cut it to get a flashlight real quick to double check to make sure we were pushing them through the right slot. So I do recommend using a flashlight to kind of shine through this side and the other side, and there's a pretty easy way to run them through. And now that we've got these ran, we'll go ahead and hook up our microphone and GPS antenna, and then we'll come back and show you how we connect everything. Alright, so now that we've got the microphone and GPS antenna here, we should be all good. And we're just going to go ahead and put the air cabin filter back in. Just make sure none of our cables got in the way of that. Perfect. And then from here we can put the shelf back in. And we've got a little notch that we made in this upper corner here, so that'll fit all of our cables. And then the shelf will just slide back into place. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start connecting all of our connectors back here. We're going to start with all of our ones that go in the back, and then we'll do the ones on the side and the bottom. We just want to make sure that we don't tangle them all up in any way. And these ones in the back tend to go in the easiest, and then you can push it back in so that your other ones have enough slack. And this is going to be our first connection we're making for the VLine here. It's going to go in the bottom. There we go. And now that we've got those, we've just got a few antennas back here. And so for these antennas, we are going to have to push it back a little bit. Alright, now we'll do all the antennas here. Here we go. There we go. Alright, so now I've got all the ones in up top, and now I can focus on these ones on the bottom. Alright, so we've got our connectors on the bottom here. I've got this larger one that's going to go towards the driver's side. It's kind of hard to get it on camera, but go ahead and plug these in. There we go. And once you plug in that larger clip for a larger harness, there's going to be a clip on it on the side. On the driver's side, it goes in right here, but just on the other side. And then our last one down here is going to be this green one for the V-line. And it goes in sideways in the middle, and that's going to be right behind the knob here. There we go. And so we've got all the lower harnesses in. I do want to make sure that these harnesses right here, the slack down here from our harnesses, actually goes behind the radio. So I'm going to manage that real quick. There we go. Alright, and we've got this plug on this side, so we'll go ahead and put that in. And this is the passenger side. And then this clip on the bottom goes in this hole. There we go. Looks like it was a little loose at some point. And then we've got one on the driver's side that's going to be the same exact thing. There we go. And so we've got both those harnesses plugged in and clipped, and we've got the lower ones all in, so we're good to put the radio back in now. Alright, so now that we've got it lined up, we can go ahead and put in our bolts here. And I'm just going to loosely put these in for now. We have all the cable slack managed back there, but sometimes they can get caught up or it just won't go all the way in, so we're just going to line these up and make sure it goes in flat. There we go. And that looks good, so now I'll put in the top two. And here's the first screw we're going to put in. And I'm just using the bit right now just to make sure that it doesn't come loose when I'm using the drill, because we don't want it to fall behind the dash. And now we've got the passenger one. And then we'll use the drill to tighten those up. There we go. Now we can start putting on all the trim. Alright, so now we're going to put in this top piece of trim here, and we're just going to plug that in. And then for this, I've noticed if the cable gets stuck to the side, it'll make it a little easier to go in and out, or more difficult, sorry. So I want it to go down the middle here for it to go in well. And then we just want to line up our clips in the back. Alright, so for this piece of trim here, that just goes right into place, and we'll line that up. There we go. And then this end here, this end cap gets in the way, so we're just going to take a pry tool and just push out on that. And then this will clip in, and then you can push everything back in. There we go. And next we'll put our trim in the center console area. Alright, and this piece here, we're just going to line it up at the top first. There we go. And we're just going to make our way down to the bottom here. And we just want to make sure everything's seated fully. And then we'll move on to the driver's side one. Alright, so now for the driver's side one, we need to plug in the start-stop button. There we go. Oh, there we go. Gotta get around the windshield wiper wand. And then we're just gonna line up the clips here. There we go. And now at the top's end, we'll just follow it down. There we go. Now we've got this fully in place.